The Sentinel reveals a little bit. It kind of flew to the top left. It didn't exactly reveal rotations, but...
Yeah. Usually what you do here when you open up a game like this and you go on your lane is that you only look at the minimap in the very start to see how many heroes you can count on the map. If you count 3 to 4, then you know that you're safe on your lane.
But what do they actually see, Fnatic? They see Vikings top and mid lane and not at bottom, so it's kind of a... It's kind of a surprise party that you tell the birthday boy about.
Oh, he actually...
Please act surprised, okay? Please act surprised.
Breeze can, of course, burrow charge out of there here if he were to be in trouble. And Gamers too, they're just going to rotate onto mid here now, kind of giving up on that position. We had actually Hunter's Mark here. Ranger's Mark, sorry, picked up on Tyrande on level 1. So definitely going to want to try and look and... I guess burst down some heroes here down the line with a lot of fighting.
And now we have a bit of a counter gank here being set up by Fnatic. Lowell yielding that space against Joey on the Muradin there. Gonna go back to where they were. Vikings gonna come back in to soak the experience from the top, and we see the rotation go back to the bottom. Note that they did not reveal themselves on the middle lane, so Anubrak doesn't necessarily know there, Breeze.
We saw the Vikings actually earlier in the game do really well early on, but then later on, not proving that's useful in terms of, you know, longbow raids and actually helping a lot in the fight. So it's going to be interesting to see in this game if he can actually, over a long time, do a lot. Oh, this was spotted here with an owl.
Wow.
So I think Fnatic, they're going to come back here and try and, I guess, defend.
Yeah, it's a 4 versus 4, not exactly on neutral territory, but no real defender's advantage. Sonya taking a lot of damage there by the Lunar Flare. Gonna get locked down. Nicker in trouble as well. Burrow charge goes in, and they get 2 takedowns already, potentially more.
Fnatic with a fantastic owl spot their opponents there. They're going to chase them. They've already killed 3. Just going to be 4 snipes here. 4 kills. Oh my god, what a cleanup here. They're going to pull ahead with 1 whole level against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Wow, the power of that Sentinel though, really well placed. It wasn't exactly an uber surprise there, as G2 did take the Watchtower first. They walked through that, so they knew it wouldn't be the other Siege Giant. So it's kind of the obvious thing to do. And yeah, they lost that 4 versus 4.
This Tyrande pick already came in handy here.
Yeah.
Really, like, Hunter's Mark helped so much for them to get all of these snipes, and even spotting Breeze is gonna start taking a lot of damage here. He has to pull back Uther. He's taking his time to rejoin the action, just kind of hanging out in the middle of the map here right now.
Yeah, doesn't want to give too much of an advantage to the Vikings, knowing that if they get poked off capturing the tribute too many times, they're going to waste time and going to let Vikings out-soak them. Uther actually heading to the top lane so as to not give the Vikings too much of an experience soaking advantage. They still got that 40% advantage on the way to level 7, but they would be quickly falling even if they wasted too much time here.
Yeah, I think ideally here they're going to want to catch somebody. Stun here lands on 2 heroes from Tyrande. They're going to go down very quickly. All alike. Tyrande died herself. And the Vikings, remember, they're soaking every single lane here while that's happening, in particular in the middle where there's nobody here from Fnatic.
Yeah, nice pick off. Instant death again for Sonya. Rather unlucky as the Lunar Flare did hit her again. And that was a nice 3-for-1 there for Fnatic. But the problem is they're running out of life and mana. Respawn timers are pretty quick. Ziku is coming back in here with the Sonya, misses the Mystical Spear, and they're gonna go on Breeze. He didn't have enough life or mana to sustain him out of this world.
Couldn't do anything there, and it's actually already 6 kills to 2 at minute 4. Such an action-packed game here that we're seeing on Curse Hollow between these two.
Yeah. Uther finally coming to rotate more downwards. Tribute goes to G2. And what is their next move?
I think just keep on, you know, playing the same way with keeping the 1 single Viking on every single lane and going around doing some camps. Maybe doing some camps on their own side of the map would be a good idea. Going for a cache here in the middle of the map on the Arthas. They're actually going to get him. Wow, yeah. I didn't expect this was going to happen here, especially with Wooby kind of covering. But in the end, 4 heroes, a little bit too much here for him to be able to get out.
Yeah, it was a nice cover with the Lunar Flare hitting 2 people, but it's just too much of an overpowering might. Love that skin on Tyrande with the fiery Sentinels, looks pretty cool.
It's funny to think actually that because of that fight that took place on the bottom right hand side, that's those Siege Giants, they were never cleared. Only one of them was killed earlier.
Yeah, still cowering in fear. Oh, they're coming back soon.
Oh, they are. And another nice owl here is going to spot where Nicker and Shihu, how do you say? Shihu. Oh god. Alright, you say his nickname whenever he comes into
Just
play.
cue in every time you want the S name. So a small experience advantage now for the Vikings team, for G2 there. Oh, Eric will get taken down. That's going to cost them a little bit. That means that this whole XP wave will not be soaked. And that's going to help them a lot. Suddenly XP advantage on the side of Fnatic.
Kessel is going to get targeted down at the top here. Might be able to make it out here, just barely. It's a 4-on-4. Fnatic, they turn around, they try to take the fight. But for now, G2 are going to have to pull back. And Leo Franco, yeah, is very eager to try and capture that tribute here. As the easy camp across the map was taken here.
Yeah, it's that Viking bribery, spending a single charge off bribery there and putting the pressure on at the perfect time, right when fighting over the top tribute. It's most awkward to try and take it down, and it's going to kill the gate already. Put some damage on the tower.
Yeah, this is great here for G2 here, getting level 10 at about the same time.
Divine Shield had to be expended as well as Strafe. Water Elemental will get taken down, will get used already, as is Wrath of the Berserker, but that's rather a short cooldown heroic, so small advantage there, expending the Divine Shield already, and that one might still not be up when the next tribute is going to be contested for. So a small win there for G2.
How do you like the 7-sided strike?
Let's see, he went 7-sided strike against Arthas and Nubarak. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. It it doesn't do as much damage on Nubarak as possible because he's a low health pool, more of an armor up kind of hero. But so I don't like 100% like it against the pick-off comp, but it's kind of bandwagoning these days.
Ooh, Nicker here went really low. Gonna be able to get out here eventually. We had Wrath of the Berserker here for Sonya as well as the heroic pick. Locust Swarm on the Nubarak and Strafe on the Vala. Other than that, I think it's pretty standard.
Yeah,
Divine Shield, Uther, Starfall, Tyrande, and the Army of the Dead Arthas.
I think you pointed out the weirdest one. Imagine if he could get Divine Palmed. I mean, Monk wasn't in position this time, but
yeah.
Sonya seems to die a lot this game. How many deaths do we have clocked for her already? 3. Pretty much every time a tribute was fought over. So Divine Palm seems to be good, but maybe they felt like they needed more damage. Now, going for the boss, they definitely can, having taken down Sonya.
Yeah, both teams doing just that, but with a Tyrande on their team here, Fnatic are going to get theirs a lot faster than their opponents. I don't think they have time to rotate across the map and contest the opponents. So they actually just... Well, 2 of them were going to use their Hearthstone here to get a bunch of life and mana back, but in the end, Kessel stayed down on the map here to make sure he can soak at the top.
And I like the skill choice for Nubarak at level 7, getting that bed of barbs. I believe it's excellent against that many melee heroes, so pleased to see that. Burden jumping in, trying to get the Stormbolt Thunderclap on Breeze, but will get out of there. Bosses are pushing. Cool thing about the Vikings, they can kind of add damage on that boss without investing too much into it. Not a real full hero like Mene here is contemplating of defending. He's actually going to pull back, afraid of a rotation perhaps on top of him.
It looks like G2 are going to be getting a level 13 a little bit earlier here, even going towards the middle here to try and apply a little bit more pressure. When Mede at bottom is trying to hold on here against this one boss.
Nice Lunar Flare on Jaina. Will take a bit of damage, but no follow-up really possible.
Oh, very important tribute here. G2, they're already on 2 tributes themselves. They want to go for the curse here, fully knowing that they've got level 13 against just 12. Fnatic, I think they want to try and contest here. Get their level 13 themselves. Vala's getting cornered at the bottom. They're going to try to go for the full surround here, not to let her escape.
Oh, well, she still can escape to the left, and there's too much at stake maybe to follow her with everyone. Sonya will try, will miss, will still get pulled. Water Elemental, and that's, yeah, there's no escape.
Oh, Kessel was in range actually to Divine Shield, but I think he got stunned at the last second. 7-sided strike is going to be used ASAP.
And Arthas and Uther in full retreat. You don't want to really engage in a fight where you've already lost your main damage dealer. They're trying to escape, and if they can escape without losing a single character, that would be the dream here. Obviously, it is an awkward position. They are going to get cursed off the back of this, but not losing another hero is the best damage control that they possibly could. Yeah,
when you lose a hero like this early on in the start of a fight, you're usually going to be in trouble and get chased a lot of the time. You're right, by the way, Kessel's on the Uther here. And Wooby actually went for the Tyrande this time around.
Yeah.
Why are you so good at everything you do, Groby?
Well, I didn't know that he sometimes plays Uther. I just knew that he switched away from the support. But you never know with these guys. There's always so much going on that we don't know about.
So modest, Groby.
1.5 level lead here for G2, pushing in on the keep here. No natural defender's advantage here for Fnatic. The fort isn't doing anything. They could push in, but then again, their Vikings aren't here. They're kind of more trying to play map control than make use of whatever stats advantage they have with the level lead.
That curse actually did so much. That top fort's going down as well. There's an easy camp there. Back check with his Vikings, making sure he can soak as well. G2 with a very strong game here. They kind of struggled early on, but you know, the early game, even if you fall a little bit behind, not the biggest of deals. It's really from, I guess, the mid game when those heroics come into play to the late game where those fights are going to matter a lot more when you have long timers that come into play. That those fights and death are going to be particularly important.
Yeah, exactly. Now we look at Sonya. She's starting to get more survivable, being able to pick up that stone skin. She does have that ferocious healing and block. Hasn't died for a while already, which is excellent news. What? They gave away the bruisers to 2 Vikings. Yeah,
they got afraid. Happened earlier with the Johanna. That's
they're all here. They just picked up the bruisers. I guess they didn't know if they rotated through the middle, but
yeah,
it happened earlier with that Johanna. That's right.
It's a sick bluff, man. You just go in there like you own it, and people are like, "Oh no, we don't want to die. Just have it. It's okay."
People with guts own the half world, they say, right?
Fnatic perhaps not wanting to particularly go for a fight here. I think not having level 16 can make it very dangerous. They need to take their time here. They need to pick their spots. But gamers too, they're really taking off experience-wise. They're setting up a trap here.
Yeah, setting up a trap here is excellent. There's a few ways to force a fight when you have a talent advantage. One of them is to actually push in and say you've got to defend this or you lose a keep or the objective. The other is to set a trap in an unexpected area. Breeze doesn't know what's happening. Oh, wow, that was fast.
Yeah, that was really good fast. Reflex here with the burrow charge. Going to be able to get out of there. And now just before level 16 is gained here from Fnatic, G2 push forward a little bit. They do a lot of damage on one of the towers. And I think they might just be pulling back here for now. They got a camp here on their side of the map with the siege camp to clear if they wanted to before the next tribute potentially comes up, which shouldn't be too long. You know, after the curse, there's definitely that little bit of a dead time where it's not going to be coming back up for some time. But
yeah, I believe it's like 2 minutes if the curse was completed and 1 minute otherwise, or something like that. Something like that. Siku is going to get lunar flared again. There's some kind of homing missile device in this lunar flare from Wubby. Always get Sonya. The boss is up again. No real significant advantage.
Fnatic got level 16. I think they realized that some Vikings are going to be missing from this. They're going straight away for it, trying to catch the Jaina.
They will miss the lunar flare. We've got Benediction used for the potential double hammer of justice on Jaina. She goes into ice block. Divine Palm going in on everyone. Lots of damage being sustained here by GT. They're in full retreat. They're too hurt to continue this fight.
Yeah. Sonya was screaming and spinning. She tries to get away, gets chased down and killed here. And Breeze is just going to burrow charge and gets the Karazim here with a really good snipe. That's going to mean a second tribute here potentially for Fnatic, as well as maybe even double boss here ideally for them.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is there any way that they don't take double boss? They've got a lot of damage already, even as... he stopped for a while.
Yeah, he actually maybe could have gotten it.
I think he used spin to win in the middle and it cancels out the... I think you're right, he could have gotten it.
What a mistake.
But you cannot spin to win on a single Viking. That's just the way their mechanics work. So an accidental cancel.
G2 are starting their own boss. I don't think they realize that they're going to help Fnatic if they do that, because I don't think they can finish it on time.
Yeah.
Backcheck bought some nice time, by the way, with Eric.
Willpower isn't everything. No matter how much you want that boss, you simply don't deserve it given the game state. And considering you're still a level ahead, you shouldn't get too hopeless about giving away double boss. Whoa. They're rotating back up again. That's quite a surprise. They do see it though, Breeze revealing himself to the minion, so they're gonna have to give up this tribute.
Yeah, that boss has to be defended here by G2, so Fnatic...
I believe this is a bit of a mistake for Fnatic to actually not take a sure boss, pretty much.
Yeah, I think they were afraid that, you know, Tyrande might get sniped here by a few of the G2 players on that side of the map.
I mean, it was her choice to still be up there next to them, so that was her risk to take. But then they also had the Siege Giant, which would, if ignored, kill the keep. So
I really like that Fnatic, they realize, oh my god, actually, Wubby gets dismounted. He's gonna get chased. Stun is barely gonna miss because he was out of range. And that boss at the top is actually still working on that keep here, G2. They left pretty early.
Yeah, as long as you know it doesn't kill the keep, it doesn't necessarily do anything after that.
Fnatic turn around here, they might want to go for the fights. They seem to be ready here. They're ready to throw down.
Good spread there by G2. Muradin with the potential flank, jumping on the high impact heroes at the back like Vala and Tyrande, slowing their attack speed.
This is actually very risky here for either team to try and go for a fight, but they're gonna go for it anyway. Wooby gets jump on top of.
Gets divine shielded. And we see a Nubarak dropping very low. Breeze, Bro charging out there, taking a lot of damage, but Locust Swarm is healing him back up again. Wabi isolated against Joey on the Muradin. We're gonna have to see Lunar Flare hits very nicely, and the Dwarf Toss was already used. She may be able to get away, but it's low in the end. Gets isolated and gets taken down, and Muradin catches up. This is a full retreat, and this could be disastrous for Fnatic. 2 deaths on their side already. The keep is very low. This could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, they've been going down so fast here, and in the end only 3 of them survive here. And behind this, I wouldn't be surprised if G2 here, they just went for a bust of their own, but actually they can't. They have to go for the tribute, because otherwise there's going to be a 3rd one here for Fnatic.
Whoa,
are they okay with this?
They're giving it up.
What? No, I mean, they sang backshake with Eric.
Yeah, but...
Oh, so yeah, they're giving it up.
Yeah. Eric is not in range. They're actually going to go snipe this keep and then ride the boss to the enemy core. But they're not going to be level 20. They're going to be level 19.7 at best.
I mean, we're pretty late into the game here. 70th minute is level 19 against 18. This boss is going to be a pretty strong one, but they're cursed here right now. That top keep from G2 is actually going to go down from just those minions here across the map.
Yeah, but after that keep goes down, that's a foregone conclusion at this point. Nothing more will happen. The mid fort is being defended by Eric to a degree. The bottom keep and mid keep have too much of a buffer to go down because the forts are still alive. They're level 19.7 now, and they're pushing with the boss. 2 more waves and they're level 20. They're looking to end the game despite the curse. Yeah, what do you think about that decision?
That boss, actually, like I said, is going to be so strong. Muradin gets caught here, but he's going to be able to get out. And in this case, I think it might be enough, especially since they're closing in on level 20 here. G2, just looking to try and finish it. Hunter's Mark is going to come in really handy against this boss. Is it going to be enough, though? Fnatic fighting for survival here.
At this point, they could ignore the boss and take a straight-up fight. On the other hand, they can't because of the level differential. Level 20 here. Sonya jumping in, Hardened Shield, Strafe being used on Mena. Sonya's not taking a lot of damage. Core damage is being sustained. It's at 70% already. We go with the 7-sided strike. It will take down Sonya. Leo from Korea goes down. We've got 3 dead on the side of G2. Can they finish it off? It doesn't look like they'll have enough.
Wow, the Longboat Raid is going to be killed as well, and the Vikings will follow. Muradin seems to be trapped. I'm not sure he can make it out of there. And now surely, I mean, Fnatic, they're gonna want to go head across the map and try and finish the game themselves.
I mean, if Muradin could buy time and draw more people to follow him, maybe, but at this point he's the only defender. What Wabi is going to do is prevent him from hardstoning. She doesn't want to engage directly. She just wants him not to hardstone, which means 30 seconds. Only Bashek on payload. I mean, he does have splash damage, but I don't think it's enough to splash all of them to death. 20 seconds is the window that 4 heroes have to finish off the gamer. I think
that
that's
is
enough.
very short. I mean, yeah.
Do you think that's enough?
They're level 20. There is a good chance here they can finish it with a clutch snipe.
Still got Divine Shield on Casil. He can shield Vala, the highest damage dealer here. This is probably definitely going to be enough. I mean, they only need 70% more damage, 60%. Jaina's back, gonna come in there. Leave my home alone. Strafe is being used. Casil soon with the Divine Shield on
the
Vala.
7-sided strike was used too far away here from Breeze. Leo from Korea with a huge mistake.
Oh,
use 7-sided strike next to the fountain, so it hit nobody.